back to a brand new video. I thought I'd sit down and do a sort of like a review slash first impressions of the Hermes Lindy 26 bag. Some of you have asked me ever since I posted the unboxing how I'm finding this bag. So when I posted the unboxing, that was actually a while after I actually got the bag. I was behind in posting footage, and this is also a combination which is more of like, to me, fall winter, right? And I do really enjoy wearing my colored handbags in the spring summer, so pastels and light colors. And this color combination I see more as fall winter or year round. So I was more trying to take advantage of the beautiful sunny weather that we were having to wear those lovely light colored bright handbags, because they probably won't be so conducive to wearing when it's raining and slushy and snowy out, which is a good like 6 months of the year where I live. Anyway, this is a Lindy 26. This is not a quota bag, but it is absolutely lovely. It is something that, the Lindy is something that I've always been intrigued by. I've seen it in larger sizes, and then there's also a mini Lindy that's out as well. I know Fashionably Amy did a review on the mini Lindy. She did an unboxing because she was able to get a preview of it from a consignment store or business in Canada. And then I think she did post a review. I haven't watched it yet, but there's the mini Lindy as well. The shape of this bag in general, regardless of size, is very interesting and unlike any other handbag I've seen from any brand. And that's what makes me really intrigued by this style. You know, in general, the Lindy has the two handles on the side, and then it's connected with a shoulder strap. So you can wear it in multi directions, like you can top handle it, and then you can wear it like this on your shoulder, okay? And then there's a very generous opening. So I'll take you through it, and I'll take you through some of the pros and cons I find with this bag. This review will not be a review that discusses wear and tear, because I simply have not worn it long enough to give you an idea of wear and tear. But as a handbag lover and somebody who has handled a lot of handbags, I can tell you what I think are good qualities about this bag, and why, if any of you are thinking of it, why I think you should jump on it. So this was offered to me when I was in Las Vegas. I wasn't looking for a bag, but the sales associate there had told me that they just got a shipment in, and if you want to watch the unboxing, I'll link it here as well. But they had suggested getting the Lindy because they had a choice between a picotin and a Lindy. And they had suggested, highly suggested, I go for the Lindy, especially because of the color combination it's in, which is black Clemence leather with gold-plated hardware. So apparently gold-plated hardware is not very easy to come by, whereas you'll get a lot of the palladium or silver-colored hardware. But in general, a Lindy apparently is really hard to get in boutiques. I don't know why. There's 4 sizes. There's a mini size, there's this size 26, then there's a size 30 and a 34, right? So that goes with the length of the bag. I know I've seen on YouTube people with a size 30, and a 34 I've never seen, but I assume it's larger, and it would be a great travel bag. The mini is tiny. I haven't seen it in person, but the mini is quite small. However, it's deceivingly accommodating, where it can fit quite a lot of items. And people who I've spoken to have the mini size say it's kind of like the Nano Speedy, where it looks small, but it's deceivingly, like it's deceptive, like as to how much it can really store. I really like this size because I feel like it's a great day bag. You can take it into the evening. It is more casual, but I think in this combination, if you top handled it, you can go day to night with it if you wanted to. This bag has 5 feet. I know the mini size has 4 feet, but this has 5 feet, which is a really great pro, because when you set it down, you're not worried about the base getting dirty, but also this 5th foot in the middle prevents it from having that sag when you set it down. The base is pretty sturdy. It's not a soft base. When you go around, you have slip pockets on the side. So there's a lot of organization in this bag, which is another pro. So there's slip pockets. There's also slip pockets on the inside, which I will show you. Versatility, you can wear it in multiple ways. You can top handle it, of course, and then wear it on your shoulder. And there's an opening, which is like this, okay? So there are 2 zippers, and then you have this beautiful gold plating on one side. The other side doesn't, and one of them does have Hermes Paris engraved. I don't know if you could see it, but it is engraved here. And then at the end of the zip, you have this little H detail, which is kind of nice. These bags come in either Clemence or Swift leather. Swift leather is a smooth leather. I actually like Swift because I like smooth leathers, but the Clemence leather is actually quite nice on this bag, and I'll get into the leather itself. So you unzip both sides, and now there is a closure here, but I mean, I'm just gonna go over this opening. One of the main reasons why I find this bag really great is because you can just open it all the way and see the entire contents of your bag. This sort of idea, I've commented on this sort of opening before with the Chanel 19 bag, because that too, like, you could literally just open it all the way and then get in. You're not fiddling with like a rigid flap. So that makes it a lot easier for you to organize and locate your items. There is the turn lock. Now, the turn lock is a little bit annoying, I will say that, but it hasn't annoyed me yet because I don't close it. I like the added layer of security, but it's not realistic for me to close every day and every time I open the bag. And this closure that Hermes has with the 2, I guess on this you can call them sangles too, okay, because they call that on the Birkin and the Kelly. Same thing, right? Like, nobody really closes the Birkin. And the Kelly, I always see people having it like kind of open, like they don't really close it up because it takes time. So this style of closure, though it is very secure, it's not a practical thing. It's not a practical way to close it all the time. But it sure does look really pretty because of the gold-plated hardware. The gold hardware is just unreal, and I think that's one of the reasons why I really love this bag. But it is rather annoying to open. It's so funny because there's a comedian, she's an Indian comedian in New York City that I discovered on TikTok. I had no idea, but I discovered one of her videos, and it's where she's kind of like going through her Jypsiere bag. And it's just so funny. I'll try to link to her video below because I don't think I can insert it in the video, but it's hilarious how she's like, this is so annoying. Like, how am I supposed to open this? What if I'm on the subway? And it's so true, right? Like, we're always on the go. But this turn lock, actually, I just noticed something. The turn lock itself, I don't know if you can tell. Oh gosh. Can you tell? Even on the turn lock, it says Hermes Paris. I didn't even know that. I didn't notice that. I don't know if you can tell. But it's like faintly ingrained, like around. I didn't notice that. It's on both sides. The turn lock, I discovered, it just moves around indefinitely. Like, it doesn't click or stop. It just keeps turning both directions. I don't know if that's a good thing, but like, I'm used to that turn lock from Chanel where you just turn it and it clicks and then you turn it the other way to open it, but this just keeps turning. I don't know if it's a screw mechanism, so I'm afraid of turning it because what if it comes off? But the thing is, as with anything, even with the Birkin and even with the Kelly, the same thing. Like, you have to line up this thing to open it, and then you have to align to get it out and then get this off, right? So I kind of like it just hanging. I could just leave it like that. And when the way I like to do it is I like to just kind of tuck the flap in like this and have this out, so you see more gold hardware. You also see the logo that way. So when you close it, you will not see the Hermes logo, which is cool. I mean, if you really don't want it to be showy, see, this takes time to close, right? Like, see? But it looks pretty. So you have added security by closing it, but it's not a practical thing to do all the time. And the fact that you have zips and you can just tuck the flap in, it's already so, like, it's already quite, I would say secure, but you're already quite covered as it is, where it's not very easy for somebody to like reach in and grab something. I also wish that this little hole here, I wish this had like a metal grommet to reinforce it. I think that would have been smart, but maybe it'll just add to more metal scratching. I don't know, but I wish it did that. Another thing to note is that there's a lot of glazing on this bag, which is on the handles and on the strap as well, which can be a con. I don't know I mean, I haven't used this bag enough, nor any other bag that has a lot of glazing enough for me to comment. It's also on the flap here as well. I've heard that glazing can get sticky, but I don't know if that's the case for Hermes bags. There is a raincoat in here, which I forgot to touch on, and I did try donning the raincoat on the bag, even on the Birkin. They say that each raincoat is like specially designed for each bag, but it's actually I don't get it. It doesn't fit properly. And I even asked like my sales associate, and my sales associate also said that on the Lindy it's more complicated. So I don't even think I'd even use this. I have this in here, but I don't think I'll use it. I think just using like a reusable nylon bag, you know, those little ones that pack really small, maybe stick it in here for if I get caught in the rain. One concern I had was, is this going to be boxy and sticking out from my body? Because like you can see, right? Like it's like a little toolbox. It's like a little doctor bag. I didn't find that. I find it very comfortable. So when I wear it on my shoulder, there's enough clearance for my arm. So it doesn't bother me, and I kind of have it like this. So it has a good weight to the bag. The leather itself, I mean, as I've been wearing it, I've really been enjoying it. It's a very soft, smushy, kind of spongy leather. Apparently Clemence is one of the heavier leathers, but I actually find it quite lightweight. I don't know. And it's like a calfskin that's been drum dyed and then also drummed. If I'm not correct, please let me know. But be nice. Okay, it's drummed so that you can get more exaggerated grains. So you have larger grains. And it's really nice. It is more on the matte side, I find, but apparently this leather has more sheen than other leathers that they have. But I find this to be more matte, in my opinion, compared to Chanel lambskin and, of course, caviar leather, which has a treating on top. So, as I open the bag, these are the contents that I have inside. So I'll go through what I've got. I've got 2 packs of gum. I don't know why I have 2 packs, but I've eaten from both. And in here, I actually have, and it's funny because Super Jacob also has this, and I mentioned to him like, oh wow, we're twins. In here I just got some bits and bobs like makeup, and I also have some like vitamins in here, some perfume, just stuff that I don't want floating around. This is actually a packing cube from Louis Vuitton, and I remember when there was this frenzy of searching for monogram pieces because apparently they weren't available, and now they are, but there was a massive price increase on monogram pieces, and I looked on the website and like everything was being sold. And I saw the packing cube, so I have this and I have a larger version that I thought, you know what, you get quite a bit of monogram for your buck, and I do use it as kind of like a catch-all in larger bags, and then the larger one I store other equipment inside. And then when I saw Super Jacob showing this as his makeup bag, I was like, oh my gosh, great minds think alike, but this is actually quite nice, and it fits perfectly inside the Lindy. And in here, I'll just go through. So I do actually have, let me just pull this out. I was looking for a bag liner slash, I don't really need an organizer because while I have you here, it's open. There's pockets on the inside, if you can't tell. Slip pockets on both sides. So you have enough organization where you don't really need an organizer. This is how it looks without the organizer. So it has this characteristic dumpling shape, which is really, really nice. It's very relaxed and slouchy, and then the more you fill it, it becomes more like this. I really like that. It's very unique. It kind of is like a piquedin, but it doesn't have the open top if you think about it, like just how it scrunches up and you can hold it top handle. But this is the organizer that I ordered. Someone on Instagram actually mentioned it to me, because I saw Samorga market one on their Instagram page, and then I reshared it thinking, wow, that's kind of cool. But then somebody recommended this. This is from a seller on Etsy called Zanfelt Store, and I haven't seen anybody else do this. So I'll link to it below. This is not an affiliate. I ordered this myself. I paid for it myself. It arrived pretty quickly. I think it arrived within 2 weeks, so it was pretty good. The thing is it has this folding design where it will, maintain that dumpling structure, right? It allows it to fold in. It is still quite rigid. Like, I'm not 100%, like, it doesn't fit the bag 100%, let's just say, but it's good enough and it's the best I've seen. And the only reason why I have this is not for organization, it's not for structure, it's just to protect the interior, because people have told me, hey, be careful with interiors of these bags, because though Hermes has a very good spa service, they do not spa the inside of the bag. And I'm like, okay. This is a dark color. I mean, I have this. I think I'll not put anything inside, or maybe I can make one myself. I don't know, just to line the bag. I don't need anything structured. I just need something to protect the inside. But then again, it's black, and I don't know. I'm going to use the bag. I'm going to think about if I'm going to keep this in there, but I thought I'd show you. And this again has slip pockets, so it's pretty cool. So if anybody ever are interested, that's fine. And yeah, I just have my usual. I have my Bastia coin purse. This is my first purchase from Hermes ever. So this has been going strong. This is an Epsom leather. And then I have a card holder from Glazing, which you guys have seen. And then I have this plastic money pouch that everybody asks me about. I really do like it. I don't think I can find another one, but let's just see. But that's kind of what I have in my bag. Now, the handle that goes on these handles is not detachable, right? And it's a fixed length, so you can't adjust it. But for me, the length is perfect. Like, it's enough where you have enough arm clearance, and if you're wearing a big bulky coat, it's enough. It doesn't bother me when I carry it top handle because it just swings over, right? Like, it doesn't get in the way at all. But I thought it would, but it doesn't. Now the mini size, I've seen that, online. I've seen pictures. It's really tiny. Actually, just like a couple of days ago, actually yesterday, you know how you log into the Hermes website and you see what's available, and I've heard from people, and this is a true thing, Tati in the city told me about this, that there are these bots that can automatically add things to cart, and I think it's like called the Red Book or something like that, and then they add bags and hot sought after items to cart automatically. Their system can take it automatically. They purchase them and then they resell them, and that's a huge problem because a lot of people cannot get on the site and buy what they want. So there are bags that come onto that. That's why when you go on the site, it's like there's nothing there. Like, nothing's there. Even shoes, like, everything's gone. And when, like, if you log in randomly, or you go onto the site randomly around 12 o'clock or in the evening, you'll see like bags that you've never seen before on the site, but then you can't even add to cart because they're sold out. So there were too many Lindys on the website with gold hardware, and of course they were gone. And it was like a navy blue, and there was one in this like tan color with gold hardware. But what I noticed was, okay, it's probably very small, and you probably won't get that dumpling shape because it's so small. And I think the pockets would be quite small too, just from the measurements, and the handles will be really small. But the strap is really long, right? So it's a long strap, and you can wear it crossbody. So I guess if you're gonna crossbody it, it's great, but I think it would annoy me if I tried to top handle it because it's such a long strap. So I know they're cute, mini bags are cool, but I think the 26 is a good size, to be honest. The larger ones are great too. You'll probably get more sag. But I think the largest one, I've never seen it before, but I think that would be a great travel bag. But this is just great. I think it's discreet, but you definitely feel very luxurious when you do wear it. I really do enjoy the leather on this bag. It's very soft, and it's immaculately made. Like, I really love it. I love the combination of black and gold, and it's a beautiful bag. What else would I want to share about this? I don't know what leather is lining the inside. It's Clemence, but I think on the inside of the pockets, I think it's Swift on the inside, if I'm not mistaken. These bags also come in a bi-color as well sometimes that are more expensive, so there's a different color on the inside. I would say I was pretty surprised at the price of this bag, that, you know, it is pricey. Not gonna lie, right? Like, you know, there are bags like the Picotin, I didn't even know why why it's so popular. It's because it's at a lower price point, and that's why it's a cute bag to wear top handle. I didn't know that's why, like, you know, that's something that drives the demand, right? But this too, it's not cheap. It really isn't. So, but it is a really great bag if somebody's looking to get a discreet looking bag that's very accommodating. It can be formal, it can be casual, depending on the color that you get. I definitely love the gold hardware. That really just it's a win for me, and I think that's one of the reasons why I really love this bag as well. I don't think I'll put twillies on it. Even when I purchased it, the sales associate was like, I wouldn't do it, and I don't see a need to do it. They're black handles. I don't see a need to protect them. I don't really like, I'm not a twilly person. I don't like the look of excessive twillies on all bags, but I can understand if it's a light colored bag that you do need to, in a way, to protect it from your grimy hands, right? I don't see the need for me to add twillies to this bag. But yeah, it's great. I would say that if, you know, when it's like got its zippers done and I just kind of have this kind of flap, I can just kind of reach in and get at what I need to get at. And that's when I'm wearing the bag. But if I need to get in, I do need to set it down and open, and that hasn't really annoyed me, to be honest. It's been fine. But I really actually do. I really recommend this bag. If it's something that you are seeing in boutique, definitely go for it, because it is so unique. And I get a lot of compliments on this, actually. People who don't even know what this is, they really compliment it because it's such an interesting shape. Somebody mentioned to me, now I can see it as I look in the viewfinder, that they pointed it out and they couldn't. Now I can see it. See how this looks like an eye and this looks an eye? And this looks like a nose, and this looks like a smiley face. Now I see it. I didn't see it before, but now I see it. Great. I guess I won't be able to get it out of my mind, but it's okay. It's fine. Yeah, I think it's amazing. So that is I'm hoping this is a quick video. I don't know. Hopefully I'm not talking too much. But let me know if you have any questions about this bag, and I'll be happy to answer. And I hope that this review was helpful for some of you that are looking. This is, again, just how I'm getting along with the bag, how I'm finding the bag. I cannot comment on wear and tear because I haven't worn it enough to say that. And maybe I'll come up with like an updated review and, you know, sometime like in the future. But so far, so good. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.